So we are the last group, and we are very happy to present to you the game we made. So you can freely download it. It's called Udock, and you can download it on udock.fr. So who are we? That's a picture from yesterday. And he's Mathieu Montes, he's from the CNAM, so we both are from the CNAM, Conservatoire National des Arts et Métiers, and he's from a drug design laboratory, and I'm from a computer science laboratory. And so basically we didn't have a master plan when we made this. We just met at the coffee, and we said, what are you doing? And he's loving game, me too. And we said, why not make a game based on what we do on research? So it started like this. And we made a game about molecules, because he's making track design, and I think there is something very, very interesting behind this. So basically this is the game. It's about matching molecules. So first I will show you a quick video of the game. So yes, in this game, you have to try to dock one molecule against the other molecule. So to do so, the player places hooks on the proteins, and then he attracts a protein on the other one, and he tries to find the best way to combine both molecules. So he has to pay attention to both shape of the molecules and electrostatics. It means that red parts of the molecule are positive and negatives, and blue parts are positives. And you have to match positive and negative parts, so it works like a magnet. So that's what the player must do. He has a score. Up, you can see in green the score. And the better you match electrostatics and the better you match the shape, the higher the score is. We have an optimization technique mainly because we think that the player is the best at understanding the global shape of the molecule and find a global way to put them one against each other, but find the very good local pose is very hard, and that's what a computer can do very efficiently. So the player finds the global pose, and the computer finds the very nice close pose. And so it's an online game, so you can beat high scores, because every score is registered on the server. And so you saw this. Next. So why did we do this? Understanding how molecules stick together is a very complex problem, and it's a research problem, because this is a painting of the blood, of what you can see if you go very, very close to the blood. And you can see that it's not like a liquid, it's filled with many, many proteins, and they are very, very close to each other. So every time they stick and they stop sticking and so on. And many, many things are based on how they stick together. So it's very important to understand when you take two proteins, how they are going to stick and where they are going to stick, to understand biological processes. Mainly we think that it's a very complex research problem, but it can also be seen as a very simple game, like just a pattern matching game, like babies do. You just have to match shapes and match electrostatics, and that's the basics of the physics that are behind it. So that's the first thing that why we did the game. And the second thing is that we think that there is something that is inherently motivating when you look at the surfaces of these molecules. You want to go close to them, you want to watch them, there's something interesting inside it. So we wanted to do this because we think this is interesting. There is fun behind this. So how did we do this? So we tried to gamify this task. The first thing we did was to change the representation of electrostatics. At the left, you have the very basic one, the charges, and at the right, we smoothed the charges. So at the left, you have something you can't play with. You have very accurate information, but you can't manage it. You can't do anything with it. But at the right, it's less precise, but it's very helpful because you can much better understand it. It's manageable, and it also helps you remembering the shape, because you say, okay, there was this blue curved shape with this red pointy shapes and so on. So this process make it more manageable for the player. We also worked on the shape. When you show a molecule, you can calculate many types of surfaces. And for instance, we tried many ways, so I can explain everything, but you can see that at the right, the molecule is much more simpler than at the left, and it's different way to generate the surface. So we worked on this. We tried to make the interface as simple as possible. So it's like a touch interface. When you touch a molecule, you can just make it turn like you were touching it with your finger. And we use this grapnel system that is very intuitive. And if you want to match a part on another part, you just put a grapnel. You say, put this on this, and then you apply a force on this grapnel. So that's something intuitive, just to match the proteins. We always give real-time feedback, so that's the scoring function. You always know it. It's calculated in real time, so you know if you're doing better or if you are good or not. You know it always. And we try to enrich the gameplay. So for those who play the game, you see we have a spaceship, which is cool. And that's it. So then, once we have the game, what do we want to do with it? You can do player behavior modeling. We log everything that happens in the game. We put it on the server. And so we log every action, and we log the best poses, the best complexes. And we can do an offline analysis to find interesting solutions that even naive users found. We can try to find new heuristics for docking algorithm, for algorithms that try to calculate this offline. And we can also use it to feed our design process, make the game better. We were also asked to give the tool to scientists because they want to use it to do quick and dirty prototyping, because you can use the game with files, with PDP files that you can get on the internet. So it's a file that describes the protein. Anyone can have it. There is a large bank of it, and you can put it into the game. He will show you the molecule, and you can try to do things with it, and then export again what you did. So it can be used as a tool to explore combination between proteins. And it can also be used as teaching, because it's I'm a bit late. Okay, so go. We made an experiment, and we validated somehow, but I can't talk about it. And further, we want to go further on gamification on this. We want to make the offline version available, and we can work on many more visualization methods, not just the shape, but go further and further. And if you have questions.